All right, how's everybody doing today? This is Coach Steve, and we're going to do a 9-exercise, 3-round routine. It's going to be all body weight exercises. So wherever you are, you should be able to make this work for your area, for your situation, however much space that you have. Should be doable for any particular location. So we'll start with a little warm up. We'll do the routine. We'll have a little cool down at the end. And let's go ahead and get started. Let's twist side to side. Warm up the spine. Warm up the shoulders. Get those ankles involved as well. Get a little spin on the ankles. Don't forget to smile. That's important. Hopefully you're somewhere where you can enjoy the sunshine. Reset that circadian rhythm. Let's go ahead and do a half squat with the reach. Forget to turn your watch on if you need to record this activity. Almost forgot that. All right, let's do big circles with our arms. All right, let's go the opposite direction. And let's roll that head side to side. All right. All right, for our first exercise is going to be a bear. So you can do static bear, you can do a moving bear. We always do an animal movement to begin. You can also go into the same position, elevated onto a piece of furniture, a pile of rocks, wherever you are, whatever you have to do. Okay, let's go ahead and get into position. Hands right underneath your shoulders, knees right underneath your hips. Lift those knees up about an inch and go. I just got limited screen movement today, so I'm going to do a static bear. If you need a little break, drop down to your knees, then come back up. Nice big inhales and exhales. Go to your happy place for this one since you're not moving very much. 15 seconds. And rest. All right, we're going to go over onto our back. All right, put your hands underneath your tailbone. You can do this from a chair as well. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a frog kick out, bring it back in. Frog kick out, bring it back in. If that feels a little bit weird on your back, you can actually bring your legs forward and then back around. For me, that provides a little less clicking in my hips. Don't forget to breathe. turkey vulture circling overhead. I don't know if that's a good sign. All right, 10 seconds. And rest. Woo. All right, we're back up to our feet. All right, for this one, we got lateral lunges. So we're just gonna step it off, lateral lunge, bring it back to center, step it off to the other side. All right, if you wanna put a little hop into that, you can. So that would look like a little hop, go back into the lunge on the other side. Remember to make this what you need it to be. If you need it to be a little more high intensity, and you can move a little bit faster. If you just need to worry and think about the movement, then just slow it down. Get as deep as you can. From this first round to the third round, you should be able to get a little bit deeper each time. All right, 10 seconds. And rest. All right, we're back to on our back. Again, you can do these from a sitting position also. Put your hands over your head. We're bringing our right hand up, touching our left foot. Bring it back down and switch. You can go as fast or as slow as you need to go on these. All right, 20 seconds. And rest. Woo. That was a tough one on your back. All right, we are back up to our feet. All right, so for today, we usually do a fight move for our fifth move. So we're gonna dodge. So we're getting our core activated. 2 jabs forward. Dodge, forward. Dodge, forward. So again, go as fast as you're able to go if that's what you need to do for today. If you're worried and thinking about the movement, just bring it over, forward. Bring it over. Really concentrate on moving that spine, limbering that spine up. Right, one more. And done. Okay, we're gonna lay on our side next. You can actually do this from a standing position as well. All right, you're gonna bend your lower leg 90 degrees. The other leg gets stretched straight out, and you're gonna lift that leg straight up, bring it down nice and slow. If you need it to be a little bit more difficult, put a little bit more force on your leg so you have to resist some more coming up and down. Really work those IT bands, those muscles on the side of your leg. and on the inside of your leg too. Both ways, especially when you give yourself some resistance. We're just going to stay on this one side. We'll switch on the last or in the next round to the other leg. So just remember which side you did, and we will switch it on the next round. All right, 10 seconds. All right. Whew. All right, for our next exercise, we are going to do offset push-ups. So wherever you normally do push-ups, go ahead and do them there unless you want to upgrade a little bit. But what this offset push-ups means is that you stagger your hands a little bit, do a push-up, reset your hands, do a push-up. All right, ready and go. And rest. All right. So for those of you that are able to get on the ground, let's just stay on the ground. We're going to do Superman. So you're going to lay on the belly. Lift your body up and lower it down nice and slow. Lift it up nice and slow. Go ahead and get started. If you're not able to get on the ground, we're going to start from this position, bend over, extend everything, bring it back in. This is really good for the lower back. It's really good for posture. "15 seconds. And rest. All right, our last exercise today is a burpee. So again, there's many variations of burpees. Do the burpee that's best suited for you. Let's go ahead and get started as I give you a few options. One option is to just go down into a plank, bring it back in, all the way up. Plank, put a little hop at the top. Plank, push up. Little jump at the top, or jump it out, plank, push up. Jump it up, or flop down to the ground, bring it back up, throw a little jump in, 15 seconds. And rest. Whew. All right. All right, short 1 minute break in between each round. Take some nice deep breaths. Grab some water if you need it. We'll get started here in 30 more seconds. Sun feels really good today. All right, let's get into bear position. Get ready for round number 2. Lift those knees up and start. Again, if you need a little break, drop down to your knees, then pop it back up. Keep that back nice and flat. 10 seconds. And rest. All right, we're doing our frog crunches next. Let's go ahead and flip over. Again, you can do this from a sitting position. You might only be able to do one leg at a time. Ready, and go. 50. This really works the mobility in your legs and your hips. And rest. All right. We're back up to our feet for our lateral lunges. Whew, those frog crunches are rough. Ready, and go. Again, you should be able to get a little bit deeper this time. Should be a little more loosened up. All right, 20 seconds. All right, and rest. All right, we're back down to the ground. You can actually do this from standing position as well, or jackknife crunches, arms over the head. Oh, we're touching our right hand to our left toe and switch. Go as fast or as slow as you need to go to make this work for you. A lot of core work today. Nice deep breaths each time. 15 seconds. And rest. Woo! All right, back to our feet for our fight move. 2 dodges and 2 jabs. All right, get those knees a little bendy. Dodge, dodge, punch, punch. Ready and go. Dodge, dodge. So we're really working our core muscles. The faster you work them, the more you're going to engage those core muscles each time. The most work happens on that transition between bending and coming back up straight. Bending, coming back up straight. So you should feel that in your core as you do that. And then our punches, just working our coordination and a little bit of our back strength to snap that out. Ten seconds. All right, we're down on the ground again for our leg raises. Don't forget, we're doing the other leg this time, so make sure that you lay on the other side. Bend the bottom leg, stretch the other leg out, bring it up, bring it down nice and slow. You can add your own resistance by pushing down on your leg. That'll give you some added resistance when you bring that leg up and down. Right, keep it going nice and smooth. All right, 15 seconds. And rest. All right, we're going to do our offset push-ups next. So go to your happy place for push-ups. Stagger those hands a bit. And go. And stagger. Push up. Keep those elbows close to your body or at 45 degrees away from your body. Don't flail them out at 90 degrees. Keep it nice and tight. And rest. All right, we got Superman next. So if you're doing Superman on the ground, go ahead and do that. Ready? And go. If you're in a standing position, you can hunch over and open up everything. Push out your hips, push out your chest, roll your shoulders back. Bring it back in. Pull it out. This is really great for posture. Ten seconds. and rest. All right. Our last exercise in round number 2 is our burpee. So as usual, do burpees your way, whichever way is going to resonate with you for today to get the most out of it, or to get out whatever you need to get out of this. Ready? And go. Twenty seconds. And rest. Whew. All right. Go ahead and take a little breather. Work on your breathing. Get your heart rate down a little bit. Get ready for round number 3. Grab yourself a drink if you need it. If you're really sweating, make sure that you hydrate. Make sure you get some electrolytes as well. All right, don't forget to smile. Don't forget to express some gratitude towards yourself for getting here today. Whenever you're watching this, keep your body moving. And the challenge always is, do one of these exercises throughout the day to keep your body active and remind it that you are an active person. Flip over to the bear crawl position. Ready? And go. This is one of the harder ones because you're not moving at all, unless you're doing a moving bear crawl, which is perfectly fine. Got 20 seconds left. And rest. All right, flip over. We're going to do our frog kicks next. Hands are under our tailbone to keep that back on the ground. Ready? And go. Remember, we're working on our hip mobility on this one and our core strength. All right, 10 more seconds. And rest. All right, we're up for our lateral lunges. Ready? And go. Again, if you need to ramp this up a little bit, go ahead and put a little hop in the middle. All right, 15 seconds. And rest. All right, back down to the ground. Arms up over the head. Take the right hand to the left toe and switch. Ready? And go. Again, if you're unable to get on the ground, do knees to elbows from a standing position. If you're in an office space where you feel weird about getting on the ground, that's also another option. All right, 15 seconds. And rest. Whew. All right, back to our feet for our fight move. All right, get your legs a little further in hip distance apart. Remember, we're going side, side, punch, punch, side, side, punch, punch. Ready? And go. All right, we're getting there. Almost finished for today. "15 seconds. All right, we're going to go into push-ups next, so go to your happy place for push-ups, wherever that happens to be. Offset push-ups, so stagger your hands a little bit. It's going to hit your chest a little bit different angle. Ready? And go. Keep those elbows right beside your body or no more than 45 degrees away from it. "15 seconds. And rest. Okay. All right, let's turn over onto our side. And do our leg raises again. Bend that lower knee. Ready? And go. And again, if you're not able to get on the ground, do the same exercise from a standing position where you bring your leg out to the side and bring it back down nice and slow. Provide some resistance with your hand if you need to amp this up a little bit. The more pressure you give with your hand, harder it's going to be, the more muscular gains you're going to have. All right, 15 seconds. All right, let's switch to the other side. Make sure we even everything out. Flip it over Bend the lower leg, lift the leg up, bring it down nice and slow. Provide some pressure with your hand if you need to. The slower you go down, the more intense that muscular contraction needs to be. Working against gravity. All right, 20 seconds. And rest. All right, last exercise for today is our burpee. Then we'll stretch it out. All right. Woo! Almost there. All right, ready? And go. If you're working on your bone mineral density, the most important part of the burpee is a little hop at the top. So it doesn't have to be big. Just even raising your toes off the ground and bringing it back down is going to put some more force on those lower legs and hips, and it's going to help make those adaptations for you to build healthier joints in the lower part of your body and stronger bones. 15 seconds. And rest. Awesome job, everybody. Give yourself a little hand for getting through it all. We're going to do a little stretch. Go ahead and put your legs a little bit wider than hip distance. If you need to grab some water, go ahead and do that. Take your time. Interlock your fingers, stretch over your head. Push through your palms. Get a good stretch throughout your arms, your sides, your legs. Nice deep breaths. If you're out of breath a little bit, take a little more intentional breaths to bring that heart rate down. Let's lean over to the side a little bit. All right, back up, lean over the other side. All right, let's roll out those hips. All right, roll them out the other way. All right, if you're able to get on the ground, let's go ahead and get into child's pose. Really stretch that lower back out. We did a lot of work today on your lower back and your core. Let's try to stretch it out a little bit. You can pull your knees out a little bit to the right and left to get into that stretch a little bit better. Work on your breathing when you're down here. Nice big exhales to get into the stretch a little bit better. All right, let's put our hands back up. So this next one, we're just gonna let our belly